morning, Dopey, and welcome to Good Morning, Dopey. I hope today finds you well. There's this guy, right, on YouTube that I just subscribed to. His name is Raw Hebrew Remnant, okay? And he's this Knicks fan, right? And I love him. Every day he talks about the Knicks. He's also talking about the war in Ukraine as well. Mm-hmm. I love this guy. And when he starts every YouTube thing, he goes like this. He says, blessings to those who take care of the sick. Blessings to those who pick up the garbage in the street. We appreciate your hard work. Blessings to those who serve the public. Blessings to those who fight fires. Curses to those who participate in the sex trade, the children's sex trade. Double curses to those who are pedophiles. I love the Raw.
He says that at the beginning of every single episode.
For 2 or 3 minutes. He gives blessings and curses. Raw Hebrew Remnant.
Before he even gets to the actual material.
I love this guy.
It's all about the Knicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe we should get him on an episode. I bet he would do it.
Okay.
Great. I love this guy. I really do.
You did. You just subscribed to him. That's great.
Yeah, I really do.
Does he have a lot of subscribers?
I think he has a few thousand.
Yeah. Maybe he can give you some tips.
Huh?
Maybe he can give you some tips.
Maybe why don't you give me some tips?
I don't have any ideas.
Yeah. Anyway, today is I recommend following Raw Hebrew Remnant if you're a Knicks fan. Today is March 23rd, and it is no more reservations, and they're not talking about restaurants. We have seen the truth again and again. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. If we are planning to stop drinking, there must be no reservation of any kind, nor any lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. To be gravely affected, one does not necessarily have to drink a long time, nor take the quantities some of us have. This is particularly true of women. This is a misogynist one. Potential female alcoholics often turn into the real thing and are gone beyond recall in a few years. That's fucked up. These words are underlined in my book. They are true for men and women alcoholics. On many occasions, I've turned to this page and reflected on this passage. I never ever fool myself by recalling my sometimes differing drinking patterns or by believing I am cured. I like to think if sobriety is God's gift to me, then my sober life is my gift to God. I hope God is as happy with his gift as I am with mine. I like that, except for the thing about women. I think that was kind of like sexist. What do you think?
Can you read that a little bit again?
To be gravely affected, one does not necessarily have to drink a long time nor take the quantities some of us have. This is particularly true of women. Potential female alcoholics often turn into the real thing and are gone beyond recall in a few years. I mean, that's from Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book too.
That's incredible.
It sounds incredibly misogynistic.
But is there some science behind that they're saying it, or is it just sort of?
No, it's just sexist. I'm sure it has to do with like a guy is ugly in the first place and they get drunk and they're like, that guy doesn't look good. But when a woman stops looking good, it's like, women are too beautiful to not look good.
I'm surprised that hasn't been revised.
Well, someone should write the daily reflections.
It's like you're the QC for daily reflections.
Maybe it's time for the Dopey reflections.
I think if you did the Dopey reflections, if you did 365 Dopey reflections based on the daily reflections,
what?
No one would care.
No,
but it would be interesting. It would be fun. Yeah.
Do you guys want to do the Dopey reflections? Is that something you guys are interested in?
Oh, there you go. Pass it off on someone else.
Somebody want to do this for me?
Yes.
Anybody?
And please leave negative comments about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Howie.
I would like that.
The most important thing in here is when they say, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. I don't know if I ever told you the story, but where I work, the owner of the store, I think I was a year, maybe even 2 years clean.
Okay.
And I went up to the owner of my store and I said, and he was a manager years ago. And I said, do you think I could ever manage the store again? And he said, I don't think so, Dave. Once a junkie, always a junkie. And I was like, whoa.
Was that right, though?
I mean, as far as I can tell, yes. And I don't say it like, I'm not saying it in the negative connotation. I do not plan to be addicted to drugs or especially heroin, but no drug. I don't expect to be addicted to drugs.
Right.
But I still identify as an addict, and I identify as a junkie because I know exactly what it is, and I lived that life for so long. And I don't have a problem with that designation. I think it's helpful. I think fuck him for being an asshole and saying that to me, or maybe he wanted to show me tough love. It doesn't matter. It's like, in the end, it worked out. It doesn't matter. You know, I don't think once a junkie, always a junkie, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic has to be negative.
Right.
Like, I think, like, I believe in alcoholics and I believe in junkies, and it's not bad to be one. You know, if it's once a junk, I mean, like, power to the people. Like, even if you're
It's not bad to have been one.
You can be a junkie. I'm a junkie in recovery. And,
Okay,
and
yeah.
I think there's a lot of junkies in recovery who hold on to some of, you know, there are positive attributes of being a drug addict. You know how to hustle. You know how to get over. And it's like, if you do that for the forces of good, you know, you're doing all right.
You know what that is? That's Beyond the Dope.
Beyond the Dope.
That's what that is.
That's Howie's house, also known as Beyond the
Not
Dope.
Howie's house. It's just,
What was I going to say?
yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember the story.
I think, you know, you don't use it. You don't look at it as a negative, but obviously that's what
He
boss
looked
meant.
at it as a negative. Lots of people look at it as a negative. I don't look at it as a negative. All right.
You have something to prove.
I told
That's all
this
it means.
story on the show. We went to the Bronx Zoo a few weeks ago, and Nora wasn't vaccinated, and we didn't know that she had to be vaccinated. And if she's not vaccinated, she can't get into the indoor attractions at the Bronx Zoo, which are some of the best ones.
Yeah.
We walked around for a while, and I wanted to go to Jungle World, and I wanted Susan to see Jungle World. So I take my bracelet off, my vaccine bracelet, and I give it to Nora. And they all go in, and Linda says their bracelet broke, you know, and they give her a new bracelet, and she goes in, and I'm like, And another family goes in, and I go up to the window, and they said, do you have your ID? I said, yeah. They said, well, where's your proof of vaccine? I said, oh, my bracelet broke. I guess I dropped it. Can I show you my vaccine card?
Yeah.
And they were like, sure. They gave me another bracelet, and I went in.
Okay.
And that was very much like once a junkie, always a junkie. That was like a dope fiend move. And Nora was very impressed with me. And to be honest, I was impressed with myself. You know, one time,
You got it. You figured it out.
one time we were at Disney World, right? And we were at this place called it was like some like place where there's expensive restaurants. It's like an island of
Downtown Disney?
of restaurants. I don't think it
Disney
was,
Springs it's called now.
yeah, Disney Springs.
Yeah.
And I guess you needed to make a reservation to have dinner. You couldn't just walk in anywhere, and we're fucking starving.
Okay.
It's me, Linda, Nora, and it's starving. Started raining. Every place has this crazy line. I get crazy when I'm hungry, and I'm standing outside there, and I hear Edwards, party of four. And I hear Edwards, party of four. And I heard one more time, Edwards, party of four. And I grabbed the two of them, and I said, Edwards, party of four.
I thought it was just
There was
the
just
three of
three.
you.
They said, where's the fourth? I said, oh, they left. And we sat down right away. We got this great table, had this great meal. And it was like, that's like
Unbelievable.
that's the junkie hustle, you know?
Junkie hustle. How do you feel about yourself with respect to the Bronx Zoo one? Do you feel, obviously you feel proud that you got a little hustle in. That's great. That's always a nice, when you have a win. But do you say like this rule is such bullshit to begin with?
I don't have an opinion about it.
So you don't feel bad about it?
No.
Because there's obviously a purpose behind that rule, right?
I feel worse. I get the endorphins of pulling a fast one and winning.
What about the example that you set?
I don't think that anyone got hurt.
Well, Nora.
Why did she get hurt?
Because she knows I wasn't supposed to go in.
Right.
Those are their rules. But my father
Right.
sort of gamed the system and gave me
Right.
his bracelet. I mean,
Right.
in the long term, I don't think it has a
Right.
detrimental
No.
effect.
I think, okay, I'm going to tell you one more story.
Oh,
okay.
God. Here we
Nora's
go.
much younger, okay?
Yeah.
She's 6 or 5. I had just gotten sober. me, Nora, and a bunch of my friends that I grew up with and their kids went out to Atlantic Beach to go swimming. And waves are really big, and we're swimming in the waves. And Nora was little, and she kept saying, I want to swim in a pool, Daddy. And I was like, okay. And I'm looking around like, what do we do? And I see hotels, right? And I'm like, I bet they have a pool there. I was like, I bet you we could swim in that pool, and that's how I am. You know what I mean? Like I snuck into a Knick playoff game. I stole a million things in my life. I snuck into a million places. That's how I think.
You hustle. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, that to me, there's a difference there because
there's no health violation. So it's me, Nora, one of my best friends, Devin, and his daughter.
Yeah.
And his daughter, it was like 10, right? And we get into the lobby, and she's crying, his daughter, because she knows we're gonna do something dishonest. We're gonna I'm gonna scam our way into this pool, And we get and she's crying, and we get to the guy, at the podium with this checklist, and he goes, "Who are you?" And I look at his sheet, I see 50 names, and I say one of the names. I said, "Oh, we're this guy, this room."
That's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, that's my hero.
You're Abe Fullman.
Yeah. So he goes, "All right, we'll come in." And Nora's wearing like an inflatable tube. She just runs in and jumps into the pool in the tube. And my friend's daughter cried and screamed, and they left. Nora was too young to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? And for me, it was like the greatest moment of my life. I don't know. Like, I think maybe it's not the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I personally think it's fun in situations like that. It's, I mean, and maybe it's also the reason that I became a heroin addict, that I did that shit my whole fucking life. I did it wherever I could do it my whole life, over and over again, and I lived for it.
But you have enough of a moral compass where you have some line, I'm assuming, where you could say, I can get away with this, but it's probably not the right thing to do. So I'm not going to, even though it would be so easy.
Now I do.
Well, the Bronx Zoo thing was a few weeks ago.
But I don't think that was that
right,
wrong.
I'm saying that didn't approach the line yet.
Okay, I'll give you another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Give me an example of when something approached the line. It
was Nora's birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. And she had a sleepover with 8 kids. And it is I was going to get bagels for everybody. And I go to the bagel store, and the bagel store only takes cash. And
wow.
And I didn't have cash on me.
Okay.
And so I went to the ATM to take out money, and I was about to put my card in when I saw there was already $20
okay
sticking out.
Like the person before you forgot to take their cash?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just took it.
Oh my God.
And I bought the bagels, and I was like, this is the greatest day of my life. No one was there. I looked around.
It was the ATM was in the bagel store.
Yeah.
So it was their ATM.
Yeah. Nobody was there.
Right.
I looked around, and I bought the bagels, and then I came home, and then I bragged to all of her friends that I just found the $20 in the ATM. Yeah. Now, the next day, we went to Target. Okay. Me, Nora, Susan, and Nora's friend, Lucy. And, like, I don't steal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a thief anymore. Like, I used to steal.
$20, but yeah.
I mean, like, who did I steal from?
The owner of the ATM.
No.
What do you think? The money grows on trees?
No, somebody forgot to get their 20. They took out probably
so
100.
Stole from
and
them.
Took it. Yeah, but they left. I wasn't going to be able to give it to them. What, like, give it to the rich bagel store owner? Anyway, so I go to Target, and it's cold outside, hot inside.
Oh my God.
We all take off our jackets.
See?
We all take off our jackets, and we put them in the cart, and we start getting stuff, right? And go out, buy everything, pay for it, whatever. Go to the car. Underneath the jackets, by accident, there was a football, and there was Susan's bathing suit, right? That we had stolen by accident.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They were underneath the clothes.
Yeah.
Now, I had recently
stolen $20.
Stolen $20 at the bagel store. Lied to get into the vaccine at the zoo.
God.
And here I am staring at stolen goods from Target. And
where did you realize that you had them and you didn't pay for them?
When we took our jackets out of the shopping cart.
So you were still in
no,
the parking lot.
Yeah, we were in the parking lot.
Yeah. Okay.
So what did I do?
You went back in and paid for them.
I went back in and paid for them.
Okay. So there you drew a distinction,
Yes.
even though it was probably less than $20.
Yeah, but I was not mine. That shit wasn't mine. The $20
$20 wasn't yours.
I know, but it wasn't the store's either. Like, why should the store benefit from it?
Well, I mean, you could ask that of anything. If you're the type of person who wants to put positivity out in the universe.
Listen, I should have given the $20 back. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about that one. I just don't.
I think I totally agree that it's, what does the store need? But I probably would have said, look, this is not mine. No one's going to get to the bottom of it. They're going to take it and put it in the register or put it in their pockets. But I don't want any part of.
Right. No, that's
I just don't want that energy.
I did tip the girls $6 out of the 20.
It wasn't your money.
Well, big tipper. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey, said Dopey.